Choosing A-level subjects is one of the first big academic decisions a young person makes, and many parents approach it with good intentions but poor strategy. The biggest mistake is treating A-levels like an extension of GCSEs rather than a completely different level of depth, pressure, and independence. One common mistake parents make is choosing subjects based on prestige rather than suitability. Subjects like medicine, law, or engineering sound impressive, but A-levels are not about sounding impressive. They're about matching a child's strengths, interests, and learning style. A child who struggles with heavy memorization may find biology overwhelming. A child who dislikes abstract thinking may struggle deeply with mathematics or physics, no matter how smart they are. Another mistake is ignoring the workload reality. A-levels are demanding. Each subject requires consistent independent study, not just classroom learning. Parents sometimes encourage 3 or 4 heavy subjects without considering how they combine. For example, taking maths, further maths, physics, and chemistry together may be manageable for a small group of students, but overwhelming for most. Burnout at A-level is real, and it often starts with poor subject combinations. Many parents also underestimate the importance of interest. Enjoyment matters more at A-level than at any other stage. When a student likes a subject, they're more likely to revise consistently, ask questions, and stay resilient when the content becomes difficult. When they dislike a subject chosen purely for career reasons, motivation drops quickly and stress rises. Another mistake is choosing subjects based only on what the parent understands. Some parents push subjects they are familiar with while dismissing others they do not fully understand, such as psychology, sociology, or economics. These subjects are academically rigorous and respected, but they require different skills. Dismissing them without proper research can limit a child's options unnecessarily. Parents also sometimes focus too much on university titles and not enough on entry requirements. Different courses require specific A-levels. Medicine often requires chemistry. Engineering usually requires maths and physics. Some degrees are flexible, others are not. Choosing the wrong subjects can quietly close doors later, even if grades are strong. Another major mistake is excluding the child from the decision. A-level success requires ownership. When children feel forced into subjects, they disengage emotionally. This does not mean children should decide alone, but they should feel heard. Conversations should be collaborative, not controlling. There is also a tendency to ignore long-term balance. A-levels are not just about academics. Children are still developing emotionally and spiritually. Overloading them academically can affect confidence, mental health, and even faith. Balance matters. The best decisions come from honest conversations. Ask your child what they enjoy, what they find difficult, and how they feel about their future. Look at past performance patterns, not just grades. Research university requirements together. Consider workload, combination, and personality. Choosing A-level subjects is not about creating the perfect path. It's about creating a sustainable one. When parents focus on wisdom instead of pressure, guidance instead of control, children are more likely to succeed, grow, and stay confident in who they are and where they are going.